So you came to Tokyo for a relaxing escape, but instead you got neon signs, train rushes, and non-stop chaos. Don't worry, just a short train ride away is Hakone, the peaceful mountain town with world-famous onsens, fresh air, and yes, even one that allows tattoos. Come with me as I take you to the coziest, most affordable guest house in the center of this beautiful city. This is Hazel's Hostels, where I guide you through hostels around the world, so you know where to stay, what's worth your money, and how to make the most out of your trip. Today, we are going to the cutest little valley city, Hakone, which technically is a bunch of little valley cities. And here, you can ride all the way up on the second steepest tram in the world. It's a pretty cool experience, and a lot of the onsens are located in different areas. But don't stop here just for the relaxing baths. This place is absolutely beautiful. I really suggest wandering off the path here a bit, just so you can see a little bit more of the local side of life. You never know what you're gonna stumble into. However, this is a valley town, so some of the streets can be a little steep. Let's go over the directions on how to get here. Really, there's gonna be so many ways that you can get here from Tokyo, so let's just try to start off from Shinjuku Station. At Shinjuku, you're gonna look for the Odaku line, and you'll want the Rapid Express for Odawara. You'll find on your map the platform number and the time that it's scheduled. You'll actually ride this one for about an hour and a half until you get to Odawara. When you do, I recommend maybe walking around a bit because it's a pretty cool location as well. And there's a train that runs to your next stop like every 20 minutes, so you should be fine. The next train that you catch is going to be the Hakone Tozen line, and it will take you to Hakone Yumoto Station. From there, you're gonna walk straight down Sakura Dori, across the bridge, and then hang a left. It gets a little steep, but you keep going straight up and it'll bend to the right and you'll see these glowing lights of the guest house. Check-in really couldn't have gone better because the staff were these two really sweet and adorable Japanese women, and they did such a good job of running this place. You will check in at the bar though, and there's not much room for luggage, so if it's not raining outside, I would actually leave mine maybe on the doorstep. Once they go over everything, they're gonna show you to your room. If you're staying in the hostel side like I was, you actually go back outside and to the right. And checkout is super easy. If you leave before they get there, you can just put your key in this yellow box right here at the bar. As a female solo traveler, I talk about security in every single video. But there are a few places that I don't really even need to talk about because the crime rate is just so low in the area. And I kind of feel like this one falls into that category. But if you're still worried, you still have to have a key card to get in. If it's more about your belongings, there are lockers here for even big suitcases. And if you can't tell by this layout, it's a fun one, so let's go over that. When you check in, you will do so basically in the entrance. And on this side, you will find a lobby, a bar, a tatami room, a restroom, and a kitchen. Now, above this, I believe you have the apartment style rooms and the family rooms, but I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, if you're staying in the hostel side, you're gonna be in the annex. When you first enter, you're gonna see umbrellas and other things. Walking up to the second floor, you'll find the locker area, the showers, the sinks, the toilets, and trash, and a mini fridge. Going up another floor, you're gonna find the rooms, the trash, the toilets, sinks, and storage for the hostel. And with that, let's get into the lobby area slash bar because it doubles as both. The first thing you're gonna see when you walk in is this fully equipped, not only with drinks, but food as well, bar. You should see a menu laying around with both Japanese and English. And personally, I think this is a really good thing to take advantage of because in this area, things aren't open very late And if you're looking for konbini food, it might have gotten taken already by all the locals and the other tourists. So this isn't Tokyo. The konbinis get picked down pretty bare. The front room is a really cozy spot at night. They have this little heater lit up, and it seems like a few locals stop by. There are a few chairs and this big cozy couch out here. There's also a fun chalkboard wall that you'll get to see a lot of messages and art on. I always love it when the hostel kind of provides this space for people to get like creative and artistic. Over towards the front desk, you'll see a guitar and a few pamphlets, books, and other little knickknacks. There's some really cute things all around this room. Little vintage artifacts and decorations that go well with the cozy vibes and views. Under the pegboard, you're gonna find menus and the Wi-Fi passwords and some just random information and like cute little photos. Over on the other side of the couch, you're gonna see the shoe storage, which is really important if you want to go any farther into the hostel from here. There is like plenty of seating in here, but it can get a little overcrowded and stimulated. So I really like that they provide this extra tatami room. I also love that the walls don't obstruct the view. All of these windows help space not feel so small, and you can lean out and even talk to the people in the main room without being in the way of the checking in travelers. Over to this side, you're gonna find toys and games and even a little notebook guide. And beneath here, there's tons of books, though most are in Japanese. On the other side of the room, you're gonna find a big map of the area, including the place that you're located. The room itself isn't too big because in this tatami room, people usually sit on the floor or on these huge, comfortable round pillows. And this space can accommodate a lot. They even have plugs for you to charge your laptop if you need to work here. On the table, you're gonna find some tissues, a few helpful guides like the train rails and different parks and photos so you can better plan your days. They also offer this map to show you all the onsen hours and locations, which includes the one that has tattoos, which is perfect for those of us who have them because it can be really hard to find onsens that allow them. So moving on to bedrooms, there's actually a few choices at this location. They have a small single room if you enjoy your privacy and want your own space. If you prefer futon rooms, they have a 2, 3, and 4 futon bedroom option. However, I believe these are used with the shared bathrooms. If you actually prefer not to share restrooms, they have like these 2 different styled apartment rooms. One has a view of Mount Fuji and the other one does not. However, this is a hostel channel, so I wanted to stay in the hostel side of things. These adorable dorm rooms are set up, in my opinion, to look like kind of tree houses. When you find your door, you'll slide it open and you'll see your cozy bed with decorative pillows. One of the softest blankets I've ever slept with, towels, a washcloth, and sheets. You do have to make the bed yourself. You just sandwich yourself in between sheets. So it's like blanket, sheet, you, sheet, bed. But I love how it looks like you're camping out. And technically, while these are always set up for 2 people, you can just book 1 person and it ends up being, I think, like a $10 USD difference. The room comes with an emergency flashlight, a switch for the fan, and a switch for the light. They're well ventilated with 2 hangers, and they're also really well lit. You'll see this cute little mirror, and below that you'll find 2 USBs and an A-style plug. I can imagine, like, if you're with someone else, this space can kind of seem rather small. And it is like low to the ground, so you do kind of have to crawl around in there. But I saw couples manage it perfectly fine, and even a few tall guys. However, like, I will say that if you are taller, you might want to request an upper bunk, just so it's easier to get in and out of. The rooms are really cute, but you have to be rather cautious going around the corners. There are a few twists and turns, and there's a rack for jackets and towels as they ask you not to hang things on your post. However, on the outside of your bed, there is a small hook for your towel. Most of the people that I was staying with, they kind of kept their mess out of the hallway, but knowing travelers the way that I do now, I'm sure that's not always the case. And down on the second floor, you'll find an area for shoes under this bench. And this is also where you're gonna find your locker in this really large room. It's gonna go along with your card. Mine was E2. So my bed was E and my locker was 2. Which, as you can see, is all the way up here. But no worries, there's this little step stool that you can grab and unlock with the actual key. It's kind of spacious in here, and they say it can hold 2 large luggage bags, as long as it's just out of the way in the dorm room. It's also a nice location if you need to repack your bags before checking out. And let's just go ahead and talk about the bathroom, since they are conveniently located right to the side. Really, there are toilets located everywhere, but this is the main spot for the showers, which are to the right of this vanity. There are 3 showers and 4 vanity spaces. And I really loved this design and how it kind of separated the space. There's proper lighting, nice sinks, and blow dryers in these baskets right next to each sink. Then in between you have plugs, tissues, and hand soap. Right behind you is the light switches for the showers, and of course they are just like most Japanese showers. They have a dressing room with a shelf, 2 hangers, a wooden board for your wet feet, and a basket for your belongings. I like that they give you options of shoving your stuff down here or hanging it up here. These hangers have a wild design that really kind of flows and matches the motif. Behind that is the actual shower with the switch for the vent fan and the light. The shower has 2 position holders for the shower handle, and they have shampoo, soap, and body wash like most others do. I want to add that this place has some interesting water pressure. The shower itself was super warm and cozy, Onsen City, but the water pressure would go like hot, hard, and then like soft. It's probably because of all the mountains, but it wasn't really a negative experience, it was different. Moving over to the toilets, there are 3 in this room, and they have some natural lighting. This one is located right under the stairs, and that's kind of fun. They have a trash can, some poopery spray, toilet paper, and you're gonna notice one thing is missing. Yeah, sadly, the bathrooms here don't have the traditional Japanese bidet. And watch out for your little tushies because the toilet seats get cold. There are also toilets on the 3rd floor. Right when you come up from the stairs, you're going to see the trash can area, and next to that, a hallway containing 2 toilets on the right. And then on the left, you're going to find a sink that is primarily for hand washing and not as much for getting ready. And then going back down to the main lobby, you're going to find a toilet back here in this corner. It has a sliding door, a cute tiny sink, and a toilet. This space is located like right next to the kitchen, and I wanted to mention that it has special operating hours, but I asked for permission and they said it was cool as long as I kept it down. So the kitchen is available until 10 p.m. and as you can see, it's a really decent size. Starting on the closest wall, the actual cook prep area. You'll have this cupboard with all kinds of plates and bowls and glassware, with a note reminding you to please wash your own dishes. And under that is the sink with hand soap, dish soap, a sponge, and a small drying rack for cups. Personally, I wash my dishes and dry them and put them back. but that's just a me thing, I guess. There is a rag in case you want to do that though, and a cute little message letting you know it's safe to drink the tap water. Over to the side, there's a large drying rack with hand sanitizer and tissues, a cutting board, some cooking spices and oils, 2 pots, and the cooking utensils. In the drawer below that, you'll find the eating utensils, both Eastern and Western versions, a drawer full of cooking utensils, and this seems to be the staff drawer. Under the stove, you'll find an oven, which I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you, I have no idea how to operate because I've never seen one in my entire life. Following the kitchen over to the left, you can read all the signs for the trash, right above the rubbish bins. Japan is one of the countries that does a really good job of recycling, but recycling is pretty much the same in every hostel. So once you get it down to a science, it's pretty easy. Above the windowsill, you'll find glass canisters of sugar, powdered creamer, and Insta coffee. There's also tea if you'd rather that, and below that is the hot water kettle. Then there is a large table in the center of it all. This is what I meant when I said it could get like a little tight. Like if there's people sitting around eating, just kind of be careful when you start cooking and stuff. But overall, it's still pretty cozy. However, if you're down here late, be courteous, as I believe the stairs lead up to bedrooms. There is a fridge located in the annex building between the lockers and the showers. Even though it's small, it can still hold quite a bit. And with that, let's talk about the laundry. Right over here, aside from the fridge, they have these large baskets, and these are for your bed sheets and towels when you check out. I saw a few people mistake this for trash, and I just want to remind you that the trash is right over here underneath these signs. As for laundry, unfortunately, it doesn't have any. So if you're staying in this area for quite some time, you might need to check out one of the coin laundries. However, even in that situation, like the closest one is not just like down the road. So if you're doing stuff like backpacking, you might, like, I just want to warn you, this isn't the stop for laundry. And with that, let's get into who I think this hostel is for. Well, I am not gonna start this off by lying. No, okay, I've done my best to lead this channel with honesty because I believe that trust is just the foundation I want to build on. I really care about my audience and having a relationship with you guys, so I can't start this off with, like, this is real. This is like, I think so deeply about all of this stuff, okay? So that being said, if you are a solo traveler, this place it's not going to be the best option for you. There are a few just a little further west that I personally think would be much better, and hopefully in the future I'll get to bring you those as well. So the people that I really think that are going to benefit from Azito is going to be couples or for groups, because really this is the best priced option that you find for multiple people. I personally just wanted to stay here because the overall vibe. Like, I really like cozy local spots, and this place nailed that experience for me. I was kind of looking for this vibe where I could bond and meet other like travelers and locals alike. So if that's what you're looking for, you're gonna find it here. Like if you're solo and you maybe want like a little bit more space than usual, this place is perfect for that. And the beds, holy crap, like I'm not kidding, one of the softest beds I've ever stayed in. Plus like this whole treehouse camping vibe is just, it's so good. It's also really close to the station that you're gonna need to get back to Tokyo. And then like on the flip side, it's also pretty easy to go to Osaka. So like if you're traveling, this might be a good stop for you. This area is just absolutely beautiful, and in the right season, it is a tourist hotspot. And because of that rural natural beauty, from this spot, there is a bunch of other really cute local towns that you can explore within the day. And if you're someone who like travels or does vlogs, I'm gonna be my own sponsor for the day and say I started a new YouTube channel with all my B-roll clips and is completely free, copyright free for anyone to use. And I'm gonna put the link up here. I have tons of footage from around the world and I'm adding stuff like as quickly as I can. With that, it is great to be back and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.